it's no big deal, just picture the audience in their underwear. How many times has that actually worked? Let's talk about how to become more confident in public speaking. In today's video, I'll let you in on the #1 key to being confident while public speaking, and no, it doesn't involve the audience's undergarments. We'll also break down the secrets to my personal pre-filming routine that gets me in the mindset of my attractive character 100% of the time. Plus, I want to give you one tip that I bet you haven't even thought of to help you warm up your public speaking skills. The #1 key to being confident while public speaking. It might sound too simple, but it's to be prepared. And there's a few steps that I want to share with you in that preparation. There's a saying that goes, success is when preparation meets opportunity. If you have the opportunity to public speak, you don't want to let yourself or that audience down. So know your topic, choose content ideas or topics that exemplify your area of expertise. And of course, practice. But when you're practicing, it's one thing to just practice the words and the messaging and your stage presence. The most important thing you can practice is also your mindset in knowing who you're speaking to. If you think of yourself getting on a stage in front of hundreds or thousands of people, which I've been in that experience before. I spoke on stage at Funnel Hacking Live in front of 5,000 people. If I got onto that stage and looked at it like just a crowd of 5,000 people, that can certainly be intimidating, but here's how you have to look at it. That group of 5,000 people are made up of individuals. And when you think of just the one person that you need to speak to and the message that they need to hear and the thing that's going to change their life, it becomes like your moral obligation to get up there and give it your all. People get too caught up in their head thinking of, well, what if someone doesn't like this? Or what if someone is going to judge me? Or what if I say the wrong thing? Right before I got up on stage at Funnel Hacking Live in front of 5,000 people, I had gone through a pretty ugly and pretty public divorce. A few weeks before I stepped up on that stage, I had to have a pretty serious heart-to-heart with myself. I had some self-doubts. The thought went through my head of, who would listen to me when I clearly don't have my life figured out? But I got up on that stage, and I even shared this from that stage, saying, helping people doesn't stop just because your life isn't perfect. No one's is. And if I had backed down from that opportunity, I wouldn't just be disappointing myself, I could be disappointing all the people who needed to hear that message and needed me to show up imperfect and vulnerable and sharing what was real for me in that moment. I could have chosen to hide. I could have chosen to decline the speaking engagement and the opportunity that really skyrocketed my career after that moment. But instead, I decided to be vulnerable. I decided to share my story and what I was going through. And what I didn't know is that I would enter and exit that stage to a standing ovation. As important as it is to outline your speech or your presentation and practice it, also get in the mindset of visualizing the person that you're speaking to. If you need to even make up a character, or imagine it's your best friend or your mom, someone that you know loves you and supports you and is going to be cheering you on from the front row, that's who you need to be speaking to, and that can change everything when you step on that stage. I'm going to share with you the secrets of my pre-filming or pre-stage routine, but before I do, I want to hear from you. Are you currently comfortable with public speaking? After sharing that story with you, I want to hear from you. Who's the person in your mind that you're going to visualize before you step on that stage? Someone that needs to hear your message, someone that you're going to change their lives, and someone that you know is going to be rooting you on. It could be a real person, or maybe you make up your own character. Before I ever turn on a camera or step foot on stage, I have a warm-up routine. The first step of that routine is I need a pump-up playlist. Think of your favorite songs that make you want to dance, that make you feel confident. Put them on a playlist and have it on repeat. I actually turn it on like the moment I wake up that morning. I have it playing while I'm doing my hair and makeup, and I am getting warmed up and feeling like I'm a boss, I'm on fire, I'm gonna crush this. Now, after I'm pumped up, I'm then gonna take the energy down a little bit, have a little bit of quiet time with myself, and take on that mental image of the audience. Now, this works best if it's someone that you might already know. Maybe it's one of your favorite clients, or maybe it's a fictional audience member. Think of like someone that you know and love, someone that's rooting you on, that's cheering you on, and work to recreate that person in your mind, someone that really needs to hear your message that you know will respond enthusiastically to it. Then I also have this mental cue. Before I film or step on a stage, I imagine turning on a light switch in my mind that boosts my energy and tells me it's showtime. Think about what your routine can be, whether it's a playlist, have that mental visualization, and what your cue is to tell yourself that it's showtime. You know, even Beyonce, someone that you might think is the most confident, look at her when she steps on that stage, she is this fierce female personality. Before she gets on stage, she actually transforms into an alter ego. Have you ever heard of the name Sasha Fierce? Well, Beyonce named her alter ego Sasha Fierce. So before she gets on stage and performs all of our favorite songs, she transforms mentally into this Sasha Fierce. If you need to come up with an alter ego name for yourself, do it. Now, before we move on, if you want to get more behind the scenes info and content marketing advice, business acceleration tips, and so much more, be sure to subscribe to this channel. When you're preparing and practicing for your next public speaking opportunity, here's one tip that maybe you haven't thought of. And I can tell you, we've all gotten very used to this in 2020 and 2021. It's to practice becoming more confident in public speaking by going live on Facebook, doing more live Zoom calls or webinars to get used to an audience watching you present. When you do this, you'll get more familiar with how even body language affects your performance. And if you can watch the recording back, this will give you that insight so you can make corrections for the next time. The opportunity we have with everything going virtual, this could be the best time for you to practice public speaking when maybe you don't have to be face to face with people in person, but you kind of have the little barrier of a screen in between you. But then I want to see you rocking it on that stage like Beyonce. If you're ready to take your content marketing to the next level and build an evergreen lead generation machine, then click the link below and reserve your spot in my next free training. This is the exact strategy that my 6, 7, and 8-figure clients use to maximize their cash flow through online content, and you could be next.